न पावई, हर पूजा न सुहाए। माखी चंदन पर हरै, जहें बिगंध तह जाए। कबीर बैद मुआ रोगी मुआ, मुआ सब संसार। एक कबीरा नाम मुआ, जिह नाहि रोगनुहार। कबीर राम ना त्यायो, मोटी लागी खोर। काया हांडी काठ की, ना ओह चढ़ै बहोर। कबीर ऐसी होए परी, मन को पावत कीन। मरने ते क्या डरपना, जब हाथ सिंदूरा लीन। कबीर रस को गांडो चूसिए, गुण को मरिए रोए। अब गुनियारे मानस पलो न कहे कोई। कबीर गागर जल भरी, आज काल जह फूट। गुर जो न चेतह आपनो, अध माज लीजेंगे लूट। कबीर कुकर राम को, मुतिया मेरो नाम। गले हमारे जेवरी, जह खिंचे तह जाम। कबीर जपनी काठ की, क्या दिखलावह लोए। हृदय राम न चेतहि, ए जपनी क्या होए। कबीर बिरहों पुयंगम मन बसै, मंत न मानै कोय। राम वियोगी ना जियै, जियै तंबोरा होए। कबीर पारस चंदन, तिन है एक सुगंध। तेह मिल तेउ ऊतम पए, लोह काठ निर्गंध। कबीर जम काठेगा बुरा है, ओ नहीं सहया जाए। एक जो साधु मोह मिल्यो, तिन लिया अंचल लाए। कबीर बैद कहे हों ही पला, दारू मेरे वस। ए तो वस्त गोपाल की, जब पावे ले खस। कबीर नौबत आपनी, दिन 10 ले हो बजाए। नदी नाम संजोग ज्यों, बहर न मिल है आए। कबीर सात समुंदर मस करो, कलम करो बन राय। बसुदा कागद जो करो, हर जस लिखन न जाए। कबीर जाजुलाह क्या करे, हृदय बसे गोपाल। कबीर रमैया कंठ मिल, चूके सर्ब जंजाल। कबीर ऐसा को नहीं, मंदिर दे जराए। पांचों लड़के मार के, रह राम ल्यों लाए। कबीर ऐसा को नहीं, यह तन देवे फूक। अंधा लोक ना जानई, रहो कबीरा कूक। कबीर सती पुकारे चह चढ़ी, सुन हो बीर मसान। लोग सबाया चल गयो, हम तुम काम निदान। कबीर मन पंखी पयो, उड़ उड़ दह दिस जाए। जो जैसी संगत मिले, सोते सो फल खाए। कबीर जाको खोजते, पायो सोई ठौर। सोई फिर कह तू पया, जाको कहता और। कबीर मारी मरों को संग की, केले निकट जो बेर। ओ चूल्हे ओ चीरिए, सा साकत संग नहे। कबीर पार पराई सिर चरै, चलियो चाहे बाट। अपने पारैं ना डरै, आगे औकट काट। कबीर बन की दादी ला करी, ठाडी करे पुकार। मत बस परों लोहार के, जारै दूजी बार। कबीर एक मरन ते दोए मुए, दोए मरन ते चार। चार मरन तह छह मुए, चार पुरख दोए नार। कबीर देख देख जग ढूंढिया, कहूँ न पाया ठौर। जिन हर का नाम ना चेत्यो, कहाँ पुलाने और। कबीर संगत करिए साध की, अंत करੈ निर्वाह। साकत संग न कीजिए, जाते हुए बिना हो। कबीर जग में चेत्यो जान कै, जग में रह्यो समाए। जिन हर का नाम न चेत्यो, बादह जन्म आए। कबीर आशा करिए राम की, अवरै आस निरास। नरक पर रहते मानई, जो हर नाम उदास। कबीर सिख शाखा बहुते किए, केसो कियो नमीत। चाले थे हर मिलन को, बीच अटक्यो चीत। कबीर कारण बपुरा क्या करे, जो राम न करे सहाय। जह जह डाली पग तरो, सोई मुर मुर जाए। कबीर अवरै को उपदेश ते, मुख में पर है रेत। रास बिरानी राखते, खाया कर का खेत। कबीर साधु की संगत रहो, जो की पूसी खाओ। होनहार सो होए है, साकत संग न जाओ। कबीर संगत साध की, दिन दिन दूना हेत। साकत कारी कांबरी, तोए होए न सेत। कबीर मन मूंगया नहीं, केस मुंडाए कान।
Oh, my master, come to me. Oh, dear Father, come to me. Oh, my master, come to me. Oh, dear Father, come to me. Each moment like a year, my heart cries for thee. I am yearning for ye. Come to me, come to me. Oh, my master, come to me. Oh, dear Father, come to me. False is the ruler and population. False the love of all relation. Karmically binding me. Come to me, come to me. Oh, my master, come to me. Oh, dear Father, come to me. Gold is false, silver is false. Gold is false, silver is false. All material lifelessly. Come to me, come to me. Oh, my master, come to me. Oh, dear Father, come to me. Dust thou art, and to dust returning. Thus the miserable body of me, come to me, come to me. Oh, my Master, come to me. Oh, dear Father, come to me. Everything is on the way to destruction. Everything is on the way to destruction. Eternal truth is only thee. Come to me, come to me. Oh, my Master, come to me. Oh, dear Father, come to me. I'm alone among all these, feeling in heart only thee. Come to me, come to me. Oh, my Master, come to me. Oh, my Master, come to me. Oh, dear Father, come to me. Oh, dear Father, come to me. Oh, my Master, come to me.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's satsang. Today our schedule is we will begin with the Shabbat by Renu Jain. Then we have two beautiful talks by Michael and by Dr. Chant. We will proceed to a short Dayan session and then we will watch Master's video on YouTube and then we will meditate with love and devotion. Puneet will read the translation today. Thank you very much.
Hi, today the Shabad that we have by Renuji, I'll be reading the translation. Here it goes. Chanting it, I live. Forgetting it, I die. It is difficult to chant the true name. If someone feels hunger for the true name, then hunger shall consume his pain. How can I forget him, O my mother? True is the master, true is his name. Chanting it, I live. Forgetting it, I die. It is difficult to chant the true name. Trying to describe even an iota of the greatness of the true name, people have grown weary, but they have not been able to evaluate it. Even if everyone were to gather together and speak of him, he would not become any greater or any lesser. He continues to give, and his provision never runs short. The Lord does not die. There is no reason to mourn. This virtue is his alone. There is no other like him. There never has been, and there never will be. As great as you yourself are, O Lord, so great are your gifts. The one who created the day also created the night. Those who forget, those who forget their Lord and Master are vile and despicable. O Nanak, without the name, they are wrecked outcasts. Chanting it, I live. Forgetting it, I die. It is difficult to chant the true name. Thank you so much. I now request Brother Michael to please play the video.
आँखां जीवा विसरे मर जाऊं आँखां जीवा विसरे मर जाऊं आँखां साचा नाम आखा जीवा विसरे मर जाऊं। साचे नाम की लागे भूख भूखे खाएं चलिए धूप। साचे नाम की लागे भूख भूखे खाएं चलिए धूप। सो क्यों विसरे मेरी माँ साचा साहिब साचे नाम आखा जीवा विसरे मर जाऊं। आँख नोखा साचा नाम आखा जीवा विसरे मर जाऊं। साचे नाम की तिल बढ़ियाई आँख थके कीमत नहीं पाई। साचे नाम की तिल बढ़ियाई आँख थके कीमत नहीं पाई। जे सब मिलके आँखन पार वड्डा न होवे काट न जाय। आँखा जीवा विसरे मर जाऊं। आँख नोखा साचा नाम आँखा जीवा विसरे मर जाऊं। ना मरे ना होवे सो जिंदा रहे ना चूके हो। ना मरे ना होवे सो जिंदा रहे ना चूके भो। यूं हो और नाही को ना को हुआ ना को हो। आँखा जीवा विसरे मर जाऊं। आँख नोखा साचा नाम आँखा जीवा विसरे मर जाऊं। जे वड आप ते वड तेरी दान बिन करके की तीरा। जे वड आप ते वड तेरी दान जिन बिन करके की तीरा। कसम विसारे कम जा नानक नावे बाज सना। आँखा जीवा विसरे मर जाऊं। आँख नोखा साचा नाम आँखा जीवा विसरे मर जाऊं।
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to satsang. Renu, Jane, that shabd was your voice is so deep, so godly, and I love it. Thank you so much for your seva. And my dear holy family, welcome to satsang. Oh my master, come to me. Oh dear father, come to me. This is our prayer to Holy Father God, to Master. Come to me, oh my master, come to me. That what would we do to just see Ishwarji in front of us, or my master Sant Thakar in front of us right now, and just get his darshan, and just be in that company? That the lovers of God, they wish the company of their master moment by moment by moment. That their life is only like a compass directing towards their master, and this happens when we increase our level of devotion. That Saint Kabir, if you were reading the Shabd this morning, Saint Kabir was saying that in the company of the Sangat, in the company of the holy, in the company of the lovers of God, our love and devotion doubles each day. Our love and devotion doubles each day. This was in the Shabd of Saint Kabir this morning. And if Saint Kabir says it, then it is true. Then every day we gather together because life is very short. The human life is very short compared to eternity. So every day we gather together in remembrance of our holy masters and in the name of our holy master, that doubles our devotion, doubles our love. And this is what is needed to earn God and the kingdom of God. All these saints and masters, the perfect ones who attained the highest rung of spirituality, who has merged with God and became God, they had unlimited devotion to their guru, unlimited devotion to their master. There are so many stories that were told throughout history, like when Baba Sawan Singh asked Mastanaji, go jump in a well. And Mastanaji went and jumped in the well. This is how much love, this is how much devotion he had for his master. There is another story I heard yesterday of Guru Bahadur, the one that came after Baba Sawan Singh, that how he had a meeting with Baba Sawan Singh and the Bibi forgot him. And he stood on the door all night long and he did not move. And he did not even knock. He just sat on the door and he said, I have a meeting with Baba Sawan Singh, and then I will just wait till they open the door. And then they remembered him the next day. So all these saints and masters who became something, who were perfect, they had a devotion that cannot be described. They laid their head, they gave everything for their master. They gave their head for their master, and in return, they became God. They got God and they got the kingdom of God. That there was another story, I think it was Amir Khusro or something, and he was going to his master, his saint, and he had like a caravan, and he was a very rich man, but all what he wanted was his guru. And on the way there, the story is long, but there was a man who wanted money from the guru because he wanted to marry his daughter, but the guru did not have any money, and he gave him his shoes. And the guy left like with a grumpy face, and he's like, he gave me his shoes, that's all I get, shoes. And he took the shoes and left the ashram. And then Amir Khusro was coming, and he smelled the aroma of his master coming when that guy was walking. And then he stopped the caravan and went running. And he said, I smell my master here. And the guy said, yes. And he told him the story that I wanted to get married and I wanted some money. And all the master gave me was his shoes. And then the Amir Khusro, he said, oh, my master's shoes. And he just, can I have them? I'll give you anything you want. He said, of course, have them. Because that guy did not have any love and devotion. And in exchange, he said, okay, take my whole caravan. Take my whole caravan. and just give me those shoes. And he got the shoes of his master and he put them to his heart and he ran to the ashram. When he reached the ashram, his master asked him, how much did you have to give for those shoes? And he said, Master, I gave all my caravan except these two camels or horses that I came on. And the master was said, wow, that was great, but you paid a very little price for those shoes. That those shoes, the shoes of God, the shoes of the master, they are worth the whole universe. There is a story of about love and devotion, and I'm saying these stories because, as Saint Kabir said in the beginning song, in the beginning shav, that our love grows day by day when we come to satsang, and that love and that devotion at some time it will become like a volcano. It will become volcanic. It will become a volcanic love and devotion, and it will remove all. It will incinerate all barriers between us and God, all barriers between us and the inner master. That will be removed. And then when that is removed, then oneness happens, and then merger happens, and we become the master. We become God. We become the kingdom of God. And so there is the story of Baha'i Manja. I told it to you a long time ago, but it's okay because there are people, new people who come. And there's a guy who's Baha'i Manja who was a worshipper of a tomb of a holy man. I think the holy man, his name was Saki Sarwar, and he used to worship the tomb of that man. And one day, Guru Arjan came to his town, and he heard the discourse of Guru Arjan Dev. And then, when he heard the discourse of the Guru, the words of the Guru penetrated his heart. They penetrated his heart so much that he wanted initiation right away. And then the Guru told him, well, you're not ready for initiation yet. If you want initiation from me, go to your house and demolish that temple you have for that saint that you worship. So he ran without any thought to his house, and brick by brick he destroyed that temple. When he destroyed that temple, then he went back to the Guru, and the Guru granted him initiation. However, he put him to the test. He put him to the test. Lots of times, masters do test us to see how much we have grown in them and how much our love is there for them. Is it for the world still, or is it for them? So they put us to the test. So we go through many tests. So he went through a test. And then what happened to him? Then, when he went back to his village, people told him, because of this, you're going to get bad luck because you disrespected the tomb of the holy man. You're gonna get bad luck, and who knows, we don't want to be in your shoe. And surely, after he started, first his horse died, then his bullocks died, and then thieves came and stole his possessions, and then slowly he lost everything. And from a rich man, a landlord that owned everything, he became very poor. He became very poor that people, he started to have debt for the people. Like, he owed people money, and people in the village were asking him, give us the money or leave the village. So he left the village and he went to another village. And it was the first time in his life he had to work. So he had to find a way to make money. So he started cutting grass and selling grass. One day, when he was in the village, a letter came, and the letter came from Guru Arjan, and the letter was sealed. And Guru Arjan told the disciple that is carrying the letter, make sure that you ask for 20 rupees for that letter, and then as an offering, as a donation to the ashram. So he told that to Baha'i Manja, and Baha'i Manja told his wife that we don't have the money, but the letter is very important. What should we do? She said, well, I have some ornaments. Here, take my ornaments and the ornaments of my daughter, and sell them. And let's see how much money they get. They got exactly 20 rupees. So he got the 20 rupees and he gave it to the disciple, and then he put that letter on his forehead. And the moment he put the letter on his forehead, he went into ecstasy. That's how much blessings was showered on him from his master. He was in ecstasy. Few months passed, another disciple carrying another letter and asking the same thing, asking for 20 rupees. Also, he did not have any money. However, there was a man who was of a lower caste than him, who asked for his daughter's hand, and he offered to pay 20 rupees as a dowry for his daughter. So he agreed. He told his wife, "Go to that man. He can marry my daughter, and he will give us the 20 rupees." And he gave the 20 rupees, and he got the letter from his master, and he was so happy. Then, a few months later, the master sent a message that he want him to leave everything and come to the ashram and stay in the ashram. So he left everything and he was very happy. He went with his wife and daughter and they went to the ashram and they started to live in the ashram and to serve in the ashram, to do seva in the ashram and and they were having their food in the ashram too, in the kitchen of the master. And then the master asked, "How is Baha'i Manja eating his food? How is he getting his food?" And they said, "Well, he's eating with anybody, with everyone else in the langar. He's having the food from the ashram." And then he said, "No, that means that he's getting payment for he's getting wages for his seva. That is not correct. Baha'i Manja should not should pay for his food." And this is also something important. I remember when I used to go, I used to spend months in the ashram. I was an ashram junkie in Sant Thakar's ashram, and I would go like 3 months. I would spend in Oregon, in the ashram there. That ashram, I swear, it's still like in my blood. It was my father's house. I got so many drishtis over there, so much darshan, so much drishti. It was like a piece of God and the kingdom of God on earth. And I would do seva there. It was on the mountains. It was 304 acres. And it was just the most magnificent thing. It was almost self-sufficient with a garden, orchard. Oh my God, the orchards there, all types of apples. And I love apples. I love apples. And I would like all day just go and pick apples and eat apples. And in the cherry season, unlimited cherries, we will like fill bowls of cherry and just eat cherry. And then master will come there and spend with us 2 weeks. And it was like satsang in the morning, satsang at night, and then seva the whole day. All types of miracles happened to me there. So many miracles. I can tell you some other times, but that place now became like it became like a, it was taken away and by another power, and now it's like a temple. I just wish one day, but Father God, we can have satsang there and remember my master Sant Thakar Singh there in that ashram, because it's such a holy place that wherever the master puts his feet becomes holy. And that place, master stayed there for so long that it became just part of it, as if like you took part of the kingdom of God and put it on earth, and that's what that place is. So I hope one day it will be used again for satsang purposes and the remembrance of my master there. That all his pictures now are taken out and all. Yeah, it's sad. But anyway, when I used to go there, I had one thing in mind that if I'm gonna eat there, I'm gonna stay there for 3 months and I'm gonna eat the food of the ashram. I have to like pay for my food, and at that time it was like $15 a day. It was the cost of the food. That's how it was when I in 1997. It was like that, and I'm sure now it's different. But that was donation basis. Whoever can donate for his food. So like to make sure that we pay for our food. That way, when we do the seva, it will all go in the banks, in our banks, in our God account, that everything will be put for us and that nothing will be wasted on our food. That's so that the master wanted the benefit of Baha'i Manja. That's why he told him he has to work for his food. And then Baha'i Manja told his wife, "You know what? We will pay for our food. We will find a way to pay for our food." They started going to the forest and cutting wood, selling wood from whatever money they got from the wood, they will give it to the ashram and they will eat at the langar. They will eat at the langar of the master. So this is how he continued over there. But one day, master wanted to test him even more. Guru Arjan tested him even more. And as he was cutting wood, he fell into a well. He fell into a well. Everything was known to Guru Arjan Dev because the Guru knows everything. And when this happened and Manja was in the well, he told his disciples, let's go. Bahai Manja is in the well right now. Let's go get him out of the well. So they went, a few disciples, and they had the rope with them, and they went to the well. And Guru Arjan told the disciple to tell him that we're going to pull him up from the well, but also he told him in private, add some words. Tell him that look at your situation now. You're a wreck. You're a wretch. That everything bad happened to you because of this guru. Why don't you leave this guru? So as he was lowering the rope, he told him, we're gonna get you out. But between you and me, why are you following this guru? That look what happened to you. You have given everything, you lost everything, and now you are in a well and you are still following this guru. Come on, be wise. And then Bahai Manja started shouting at him. He's like, you can say anything you want, but do not curse my guru. Do not say anything bad towards my guru. Everything is my guru. I don't care my situation here. Just here, you can say anything you want, but you can shame me, but never say anything against my guru. So then they wanted to pull him up, and they said, no, 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 don't pull me up. First, you take the wood, because I don't want it to get wet, and this is for my master's ashram. Take the wood first out of the well. So they pulled the wood out, and then they pulled the manja. And then when manja got out, he saw his master in front of him. And he went to his feet of the master, and his master was so pleased with him. And he said, Manja, you can ask for any wish you want. I will make you the king of the three worlds, the king of the three worlds. Ask for any wish you want. And then the manja asked him, I only have one wish to ask. And he said, what is that wish? He's like, please don't put any other disciples. Don't test them the way you tested me. that was very harsh. Please don't test any other disciple like you tested me. And then Guru Arjan accepted. He agreed to that. And he said, but come on, have another wish. What would you like? What would you like? I will give you anything you want. Then Manja, with his tears coming down his eyes, he put his head on his guru's feet and he said, I only ask for you and nothing else. And then the guru was so pleased and he said, Manja is the darling of the guru, and the guru is Manja's only love. Manja now is a ship that carries people safely across the ocean of life. Manja became the master. This is how it is that Saint Kabir says, give me the gift of devotion, O my Guru, nothing else do I desire except your service day and night. This is what Saint Kabir prayed to God, that give me the gift of devotion to my Guru and his service day and night. And this is the only thing that I desire. And this, so our devotion has to grow to that height, if we want to become total, if we want to become exactly like the Master. Our devotion has to become volcanic, like Manja's devotion to Guru Arjan, that with that devotion, the floodgates open. With that devotion, the floodgates open and one merges with his Guru. That coming to satsang here, as Saint Kabir says, doubles our devotion day by day. And since the COVID started till now, I can tell you that there is so much improvement to my spirituality. so much improvement to my devotion to God, and so much improvement to my devotion to my master Sant Thakar Singh and my master Ishwar Puri Ji and Baba Sawan Singh, that the love has increased. And imagine a year from now, if God keeps His grace on us and keeps showering us with daily satsang, showering us with His mercy, with His grace on us in daily satsang, how much we're gonna grow a year from now, that it's gonna be something magnificent, and we're all gonna see so much improvement, so much improvement to our inner self. So much change is going to happen to us that our inner core slowly is going to get more and more infected with love, and it's going to change into love, and it's going to change into more love and more love. We're going to ferment in God. We're going to grow our roots so thick in the kingdom of God and God, and then unhappiness will never touch us. Unhappiness will never touch us. It will only be bliss, happiness, God, the kingdom of God, good meditation, good experiences, and freedom from the cage, from this cage. We will be free from this cage as the doorway to the kingdom of God here at the third eye center. The 10th door will be fully open for us. It will be fully open. We don't have to beg at that time when we become so devoted to God. We don't have to beg Him to open our door, to open the door so we can see something, or it will be, the door will be fully open. The floodgates will drench us with the love of God. And anytime we want to leave the body and enter into the higher spiritual realms, it will be so easy for us. We'll just close our eyes and we will be there wherever we want, and our master will be with us 24/7, and ultimately we're going to become total. Ultimately we're going to become total. First we have to cross the mental regions, the regions of negativity, start to dash towards the Par Brahm, the fourth region, where over there we become saints and gurumukhs, and realize ourselves as soul. First, as Socrates said, know thyself as soul, and then from there there will be another step that we will have to take to know ourselves as God and to merge with God and become God. So this is my introduction for today, and I pray to my Master and to keep all of us in His fold, in His grip, under His command. May Master put on us a golden chain, a golden godly chain, and keep dragging us towards Himself, towards God, and towards the kingdom of God. That's my only prayer, that our devotion becomes volcanic and it doubles day by day. So now I welcome my dear brother, Dr. Chant.
Thank you very much, Michael. As always, you do that. You set the stage for love and devotion. It is really wonderful because the last part is to develop love and devotion only. And that's what will take us to the other side. Now, today we have decided a topic that how we can develop that artificial intelligence to use for meditation. Now, the modern times are talking on artificial intelligence. Now, this artificial intelligence helps you to drive this car without a driver. And the robots are there. You can sit anywhere and then the robot is working for you. So how really this artificial intelligence has been developed, is an area to understand. Now, Ishwar Puriji's satsang's been telling us all that, and you have known the whole chain of events, that how you really did that, how you are part of absolute intelligence and a capable force. I explained that the creation is an intelligent design. If it is an intelligent design, there got to be an intelligent being who's doing it all. So now this intelligent being is that absolute intelligence and a capable force, which is all-knowing, all-pervading, omniscient. It is everywhere. And the soul is part of that absolute intelligence and a capable force. So practically, you are the fellow who are connected with absolute intelligence capable force, which runs the whole cosmos. So that absolute intelligence is embedded in you because you are part of that and connected with in real time with that Shabad. So that wire of connection is already there with you. Now, how you can use that intelligence, and let me say that you are trying to develop that artificial intelligence in this artificial world. It's an artificial thing, here. We are in a dream. So now how to really understand the beautiful aspect of your own self, since you are connected with the absolute. And that absolute in engineers now, the people who are making this driverless car or robots or anything, they are using that artificial intelligence, including those surgeries, A robot is doing your surgery because he has been rather added with that artificial intelligence to run it. But who made this artificial intelligence for the robot? Someone like you, because you are the person. In everyone, the absolute is there. You are representing him. So that intelligence is visiting in this artificial world which you created, and you need artificial intelligence to go back. Now the beauty is that how you understand this part and how you can really convince your own self. We call that particular concept as co-aim theory and practice. Means correlation of your attention with information and material. Now, attention is the outer expression of your soul. And this outer expression is like an omni-scanner, which is connected to absolute intelligence capable force in real time. So that light, which can see in all the directions, that capable force, is your attention. And that attention is connected to absolute in real time. And now you have, through Ishwar Puriji's satsangs, where he has explained you each and every level, what you are actually. Once you know this, now since we are stuck up here in this time-bound material creation, we got to use that intelligence to develop an artificial intelligence here. How to really do that part? Because we know that mind is nothing but information. And all that information which is available to us, how much information is available to you? Can you imagine that you started from beyond, from beyond the universal mind. So now after you saw that universal mind, which has created the whole cosmos. So time created material. So all that information of that universal mind, which is so huge, how the things are happening, how non-material is creating material, how various frequencies are running the whole cosmos, how each element is working, how the sun is burning hydrogen, helium, and many, many stars and all those galaxies, the gravitational field is all running the whole cosmos, Now this running the whole cosmos with various types of frequencies and forces, centripetal, centrifugal, gravitational forces, magnetic fields, and nuclear forces, their weak and strong interactions, which are running the whole cosmos. So now you are a capable force. You are that absolute intelligence who knows all that. Because looking at the universal mind, you have looked into those possibilities to use all that universal mind, how you can acquire the causal mind. And then you have to use all that information. So the universal mind has got information. It has got a lot of frequencies, as I was trying to explain you. Such a huge area, billions of light years. It had all started about 13.7 billion years ago. So now you as the core, connected with your source, knows all that how it all worked up, how you created this. You means, since you are connected with the Absolute, so Absolute created. As we explained that Ekam Bahusham, it was one and alone and became from one to many. One out of us created this time-bound material creation, and he offered us, please come and visit my creation, which is for a time-bound, we call it a time-bound material creation. His name became Kal. Kal means time. Why it is known as Kal? Because it asked for a time-bound material creation from the Absolute. He said, okay, you make it for a time, and after that time it all finishes. Go ahead. Now we all souls, acquired the mind because it was our free will to come here. And our free will, because he said, okay, you can visit this time-bound material creation because you are just like me. We have got all those ingredients which the Absolute has got. Ishwar Puriji explained it so thoroughly that how in meditation, once you go up, you will find that you and the Guru are the same. And once you go a little further in meditation, then you will know the Absolute and you are the same. Practically, we are representing the Absolute here. Now, this absolute intelligence capable force, I'm trying to explain time and again, this word is being used because to make an artificial intelligence for meditation, how we can really use all this. Because he has told us that we can use imagination. We can use our memories. We can use all those areas. And this is what will create an artificial intelligence to manage the artificial creation, because it's an artificial creation. And you are the person who's connected to the Absolute, and you know almost everything as you rise above. Because if you look that if it is a pyramid, as Maslow's chart is there, you see that there are different levels, and once you are at the top, you can see all of them. So now you are that. And Ishwar Puriji has explained you and made you realize that you are at the top. You can see things yourself. Now you have to see that how this mind behaves to make an artificial intelligence to manage your mind. Because this mind is creating so many problems. So many problems. So now how really you can understand this? Because you have acquired the mind from the universal mind after knowing each and every detail of the mind, that it deals with information. It goes past and future, past and future. It wants to use you because, as I heard from my mother's satsang, that the body and mind don't have their own energy. They are thriving on the energy of your attention, which is like an omniscanner, which can see and act in all the directions. So what is happening? As I give that simple example, the body needs, they withdraw their shape, for example, the hunger, that withdraws your attention, and your attention takes the body towards the kitchen. By the time you are walking, this mind fellow reminds you of the taste it had earlier. It wants to have that pizza, which was very dear to Ishwar Puriji. So his thoughts are, how the mind is now withdrawing your attention to that taste it had, which is an information only. It's an information of the past. So that past information withdraws your attention and uses it, because body and mind don't have their own energies. So this is what will help you to developing an artificial intelligence to manage these two fellows, which is your body and your mind. So body needs are, as I always say, hunger, clothes, housing, vanities of the world, sex and sleep, etc. And similarly, the mind, which has got all that information about these experiences and events of your life, which is lust, anger, ego, attachment, deceit, fears, and worries. Because you pre-calculate the future, fears and worries get added. It is all information, my dear. And permutations and combinations with the body needs and the needs of the mind, they create a huge, big web. Now, to manage this web, if you know this through your intelligence, which is you are creating an artificial intelligence now, because you know that is how they are using your energy. So you just withdraw your attention. They are dead practically. They can't do anything. They can't disturb you in meditation. Now you got to look in those areas that how laws of nature are there, which are embedded in the mind. Mind is information based, as I told you. Now information based mind was never told earlier that you are a soul, you are connected with the divine, and you have got an acquired mind and a created body. You have done all this. You were not knowing this earlier. With the grace of the masters, what Michael is doing here, all the saints, even Kabir's songs you listen, what does it mean, how they are all trying to explain you. So now you know. Your mind has been told no. It has been told about the total thing, what you are, the knowledge of the self. And once you have known yourself, now you can use those areas, that how you think that since this slice of your attention, because attention is like an omniscanner which can see in all the directions. It's a capable force. Out of that, a small slice is being used for this life, from when you are born and when you are going to die. This small little period, because 13.7 billion years it all started. And the life started and how it graduated, from a single cell, billions of years, 8.4 million species. Now, this particular life is a small little slice of that time, and then you, as an omniscanner, small slice of your attention is looking into this. Whereas you have got a huge, big slice, which you can use in your astral mind and an astral body also. So how nicely he explains that you imagine yourself, create this artificial intelligence here, because this fellow is not, agreeing with you all the time. It is spinning you into past and future and all its needs, body needs and the needs of the mind, permutations and combinations are withdrawing you like anything. So now here you got to talk to this mind, Oh, my mind, my dear mind. You got to make him a friend. My mother tells me that you can't, fight with the mind, because to control mind is a very difficult area. And once you can't control it, what you can do, that you learn how to ignore it. So this is one of the part of the artificial intelligence, that you should learn how to ignore the mind, because mind will keep on involving you. And body and mind together, as I generally say, they create emotions. And emotions will create terrorists out of you, because that's what they do. Now, Ishwar Puriji tells you, my mother tells me, that I have not to have any emotions, because love is not an emotion. Because attachments with all those things, the needs of the body and needs of the mind, they will create emotions. And emotions will definitely create those attachments. Now, once we know that, we got to detach. You live here, you live nicely, you enjoy all those things, but without any attachment. This is another part of the artificial intelligence which we must understand, that we should not develop attachments with anything for that matter. You can listen so beautiful talks out of all of us, even all my masters. My mother, my brother fell from the roof and he broke his skull, and doctors say we do not know whether he will be living or he'll be dying. So my mother says that the lap of the master is much better than the lap of my lap. Look at the attitude she had. And then he says, okay, it will be much better. And I have raised my children as an maid, you know. I don't consider myself as mother and develop all those attachments with my children. So that's how, and I could see that in Ishwar Puriji's life, his son expired in that accident, and he was not attached to that. He knew it's a karma theory. It's coming and going. So this is how we have to understand to develop the artificial intelligence in this artificial world, to go back to our source, through these methods, that we have not to develop any attachments here at all. And whenever body and mind together create an emotion and they want to be heavier on you, they withdraw your attention towards their jobs. And our job as a warrior, as he says, that we got to withdraw our attention from here. So it is beautiful method to understand that how really we can learn how to ignore those things. And we have to use these tools. As he said, that you can use the memory as a tool. You can imagine. So imagination will give you another tool. So you have to develop an artificial intelligence like this. You know, hope and anticipation, memories of the past, assumptions. You know, sometimes there are certain proofs, and then on those proofs you pre-calculate the future parts of it. Now he says, you have come here. It's an adventure. Just take it as an adventure. While you are entering into an adventure and you go and sit on a ride, roller coaster, you enjoy that. But at the same time, if you think, no, this roller coaster is mine, after buying one ticket for a small ride, and you think, no, this is mine. How can we attach ourselves with those things? Because we are here to enjoy. So all those relations here, what we get, we must, with love and devotion, we should pass through this life. And there are certain rules here. Laws of nature are there. Now, if we understand these laws of nature, because every action has got an equal and opposite reaction, there are many other laws, There's a country laws, local laws, international laws. So if we can understand this, that our attention is capable, it is like an omni scanner. It can look into all that. And all that information and knowledge which the mind has collected, and sometimes the mind convinces you to accept the proposals which mind is giving. So your wisdom is your attention. It can pick up, that omni scanner can pick up. You got to do a bit of programming. So what you do in artificial intelligence, you make certain programs for the robot, or for a car which no driver is driving. It's an auto-driven car. So autopilot also is there. Sometimes you are sitting in an aeroplane. It's an auto landing system also. So this is how the artificial intelligence is working, and without any problem. I could see that pilot is sipping his drink, sitting on the seat of the pilot, and the auto programming is managing it. It is something like that. So you got to manage your life in that form, because attention of the pilot is on all those 100 and odd meters fitted there. So we got to understand that his attention has formed a habit to look at all those, and if there is anything here and there, and he'll immediately take over. Now this is what has to be understood, that you are that. You are an omni scanner. So you can always pick and choose on what to work, because as you know the laws of nature, so you will never go beyond those laws, because you are here for that specific period. So now to develop this artificial intelligence in your life is the most important thing. So how you can really do that is a beautiful area, that if we can understand this, that soul is that which is connected. So what he says, what Ishwar Puriji tells us, that through intuition, it comes there and then, as and when we need it, it comes. We don't rely on it, because the mind keeps on creating those doubts in you, fears and doubts. I could listen to one of his talks, that how the mind is creating doubts all the time. So now, how it is creating those fears? Because soul is fearless. Now, this fearlessness will come if we have understood, because our mind has been now told, it has been educated. This satsang, Michael and Sarah, they are all managing, all of you are doing it. It is just to educate the mind. And if we can educate the mind with these satsangs every day, because we have got a capacity to forget 95% of our lives. We remember hardly 5%. Now this daily satsang is such a powerful thing here. And I must appreciate Michael that he has really established all this. And that's how I did my best to explain you that how you can really develop all that artificial intelligence by using absolute intelligence in a capable force to manage time, which you created, of course. You created with your artificial intelligence to come here. Now you can again use your artificial intelligence to go back. And when you are here, now Ishwar Puriji tells us, or even my mother told me that there is a beautiful line, Teri chinta main mandhari, means all your worries, the master is taking over. Now, tum raho achint pyare. Oh, my dear disciples, you must live without any worries, because all those worries I have taken. So he explains you about the deal with his master. You have got that deal already with you, and you are not aware of that deal. So to be aware of that deal is this satsang. And this satsang will help you to develop your own artificial intelligence to come out of this. So in meditation, you just rise above body and mind, the physical part, and you sit in the astral mind and astral body to start your meditation. Because this distraction here is, it takes you inside, you just negate this, you ignore this part that you are a body or a mind. Then you enter into a physical body, astral body and an astral mind. There is a huge area. And now he tells you how to ignore that also. Close your eyes. There, those inner eye with which you see dreams have to be closed. Then in that astral body and astral mind, you are doing your meditation. What is happening? This is opening into the causal mind and causal body, where you took all these decisions. And once you are there, it becomes so many steps have been eliminated by this knowledge, This is intelligence. That he picked up that beautiful area, that instead of meditating here in the physical body and physical mind, you should go into the astral mind and astral body, sit there and meditate. It's a wonderful area of that knowledge which he has given us all. Why don't we use it? So if we use it there, then many steps, because the mind here with those permutations and combinations is trying to involve us here. And all those attachments and everything is happening here. And how he tells you that in that meditation, in the astral body and astral mind, you know, so many lifetimes pass within few minutes. He explained you this, please. If you all remember in his talks, he has explained this, that many, many lifetimes pass within half an hour. You can see the dreams, you know, from your birth till your death, and many other dreams, as he explains you about, you know, Julian Johnson's things, you know, how many past lives he could see, and he could understand that. So how beautifully this group has been empowered by that absolute intelligence and a capable force to use artificial intelligence in this artificial creation which you created. And then you can easily plan to go back. So now attachments, you know, and he beautifully said this. And my mother also told me that, say, for example, we have got certain habits, you know, in our life. We are smoking. She says that to leave that habit of smoking, if you know that you have got a habit of habit forming, now the point is that each one of us has got a habit of habit forming. Even you can tame those ferocious animals, you know, like tigers and lions and whatnot, by forming those habits, you know, you can train them. So this is how you got to use all those habits to develop this particular area. That if you were having a habit of cigarettes or drinks, you know, you start taking chewing gum, and for 40 days, if you start taking chewing gum, then the chewing gum will stick on you. You will leave the smoking, but then chewing gum is there. So now Ishwar Puriji tells that we must have some other habits to form over that bad habit. So if we are drinking, that we must take certain buttermilk whenever we feel like to take a drink. Then gradually over a certain period, you can remove that habit and a new habit can get formed. Something similar in our meditation also. So we can form habits and transform our life. So I am saying that we can have a sustainable humane transformation by using artificial intelligence to get back to our source, to get back from this artificial world, you know, where we are for a short while. So now I think I have said it enough, and we can use this capable force, and I have done my part today, that how you can use this artificial intelligence to get back. So I think, Michael, you can play master now, and thank you very much for listening, and thanks a lot, you know, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Sometimes I get a little more excited on the basic points, you know, and I want to share it with all my friends, because we all love each other. This love and devotion will take us, because we will be meeting there. Once we go up, leave these bodies, this group will be there again. And we shall enjoy as Hans, you know, as the other day Michael was talking about Hans and Buns. And then here we have got this experience, so we will be dancing there, because we have used all this, you know, artificial intelligence to go back, and we have got this experience. And those Buns did not come. So we are Hans. And the Hans will, when they go back, they'll be enjoying that we have seen all that, and we have gone through this. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Chand.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
love
Thank
your talks as always.
you.
Here's a
Thank
poem from Rumi that will put us into 5 minutes of meditation. And in Maulana Rumi, he says, whoever drinks the wine of secrets from this glass will be annihilated. At the union of the beloved, he will go beyond himself with ecstasy. So let's drink the wine of secrets and go beyond ourselves with ecstasy. Cool. Okay, 5 minutes of meditation and I'll play master.
you. Good.
Welcome to all the satsangis gathered here, all new seekers who are gathered here. I am very happy to come to Bangalore and to meet all of you. It's a great joy and pleasure to meet fellow satsangis, fellow travelers going to the same destination that I am going. I was very blessed by the great master Hazur Maharaj Baba Sant Singh, whose photo you see here. This great master changed the lives of so many people, including mine. That is why it's such an important thing for me on his instructions to do this seva for you, to share his teachings with you. His teaching is very simple, and he gave it to everybody who he initiated. And every master, every Satguru who comes to give us the teaching asks us to do the same thing. And that is, if you want to find your true home, if you want to find what is the ultimate truth, go within yourself. Nobody has ever found anything outside. Nobody will ever find outside. Outside is a creation, not the creator. If we are looking for the creator, we have to go within ourselves. The instructions these masters give us are very simple. They are, if you want to find out what is inside you, you can go the way everybody is gone, by closing your eyes, shutting off outside distractions, feeling your inside behind the eyes. Eyes can be closed completely. You can put shades on the eyes, sit in a dark room. You can still see whatever you imagine. You can imagine a candle, you will see a candle. It's complete dark, but candle will light. Inside you can see anything you want with your imagination. Inside you can touch anything you want. You can create flowers inside and smell them. You can taste food inside. All the sense perceptions which we are using outside in this body are also inside. Because we think this world is the only reality, therefore we call that inside experience imaginary. Oh, I am just imagining these things. That is not the point. Point is, by imagination, you can create all the sense perceptions. You can see, touch, taste, smell, hear. Everything can be done with your imagination. Then touching, tasting, smelling, seeing is not part of the body. If it was only part of the body, you could not do that by closing your eyes. Who is that? Who is imagining that I am inside and seeing all this? We don't care to examine that, because we take this reality and we don't know where the other reality is. People say there is a Suksham Sharir we have, and there is an astral plane. We have to go to that higher region. And people are examining if there is something up in the sky. Let me tell you very clearly today, after all my experience with great master teaching, what you can see with your imagination inside, what you can touch with your hands inside, your imaginary self, what you can hear inside with those ears, which is not being heard by these ears, that is your astral body, that is your Suksham Shri. It's not lying anywhere else. The astral world is lying inside you, and you are using it all the time without knowing it. Just calling it imaginary. That is why the method they teach is very simple. By our own concepts, we have made it difficult. Simple thing is, close your eyes, imagine you are there, which you already are. You don't even have to imagine. When you close your eyes, where are you seeing from? Where are you behind the eyes where your eyes are closed? You are already behind the eyes, between the ears, a point called third eye center. Tisra til, nukta. You don't have to go anywhere. We spend so many years of our life. I also spent Years of my life, thinking one day I have to find my Suksham Sharir, my astral body, not realizing every day I'm using it. Then if we go within our astral body, same way like we can close these eyes, we close the inner eyes. And who do we find? Our own self. But there are no eyes we are using them. Then what are we doing? We are knowing everything. We are thinking about everything. Where have we reached? We have reached our mind, which is thinking. That is the causal plane. That is the causal sharir. Our mind is the causal sharir, our causal body. We are looking for somewhere else that we have to go somewhere to find it. It's all inside all the time, and we are using it all the time. Every time you think, you are using your causal body, your mind. Every time you see, you are using your astral body. Every time you can be alive and be aware, you are seeing your soul. They are not outside anywhere. They are all inside, only we have covered them up. First with the mind, which we call causal body, then with the sense perception, which we call astral body, then with the physical body, which is made up of matter. No other difference. We have made this simple teaching into a very complicated thing and think it's very hard to do it. I tell you, if you understand the simplicity of this, you can do it in 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes you can know that you are always operating. You cannot be alive if you don't have your Atma or soul. Your life is dependent on that. The mind is alive because of Atma and soul. The senses are working because of that life, your soul. Your body is working because of your soul. Soul is life. Soul is what gives you the power to experience anything. All these experiences happening around us are because of our soul. And you can discover your soul right inside yourself with these 3 simple steps. With this body, close eyes, go in, take the imagination body as your next body. Go within that body and take your thinking system as your causal self. That's your inner body called the mind. Go within that. No, you can't go within that. Sorry. Nobody can go within their own mind by using their own mind. We can make an effort, which we always do, and the effort is made with our mind, always. We have to say, I want to make effort. I am going to do this. I am going to do this. Where is this I coming from? This I or ego comes from the mind, not from the soul. Soul doesn't want to separate itself from anything. Mind wants to separate. Therefore, mind has created this feeling, I am separate from everybody. I am even separate from God. I am even separate from myself. This I or ego, which is the face of our mind, is separating us. There is no real separation. Where you will find your own soul, you will find it is pure consciousness, pure life, which is creating everything. It has no division, no separation. We look at it separated souls because of mind. We are creating separation only with our mind. This thinking mind was given to us as a very good gift, the best gift we can get. It's such a good gift, we can think with it, we can understand with it, we can talk to people, we can write books, we can do anything we like. We can make sense of our sense perceptions, all with the mind. What a beautiful thing. It does more than that. If I tell you the secret, this mind creates all our space and time around us. Soul does not need any of that. These experiences we are having with this body, with our senses, with our mind, are all happening in time and space. And time and space is being created by the mind. Soul does not need it. Soul is one. Are we really aware of our soul? We are, otherwise we would be dead. If we did not have a soul, we would be dead. We would not be able to think. Mind would be dead. Senses will be dead. Body will be dead. So the world will be dead. Soul is creating everything. Are we using the soul on a daily basis or no? Yes, we are. Let me explain that also. Every time we think, We are using our mind. When we don't think, but still know something, we are using our soul. So many times one gets sudden feeling, I should not go on this train today. Mind says, why not? You bought the ticket, you made your whole program. Something is saying I should not go. Where did that come from? And you decide to not go because of that inner sound, inner some feeling, inner knowledge. Train has a crash. You say, somebody help me. What was that? It was not your thought. Your thinking mind was saying, I bought a ticket, I should travel. Then what has stopped you? The soul. Soul works without time, works suddenly. All intuition, what in English they call intuition, gut feeling, sudden knowing something, comes directly from the soul, not from the mind. Thinking takes time, even smallest thought takes time. Mind always takes time, soul never takes time. But there is a more beautiful experience than even intuition that soul is giving us every day. More beautiful, more wonderful. What is that experience? The experience of love. When we fall in love, it's instant. Then soul has given that experience, mind starts thinking, is it real? Is it not real? Will it last? All that commentary upon the experience is made by the mind. But the experience of love is always of the soul. Now don't mistake love for simple attachment or attraction. That is mind. Mind can be attracted to things. Mind has the power of making desires of things. Mind gets attached to things. And the attachment is not the same thing as love. And I want to tell you the difference between attachment of the mind and love of the soul. When soul loves, it comes at once. And what does your awareness know at that time? Your beloved whom you are loving. That comes in the picture. If there's nobody to love, you can't love. But if there's somebody to love, then when you love, you forget I. You think of the beloved. Love is first created in the beloved. If beloved is not there, there will be no love. Whereas I gone, I, which was the face of the mind, is pushed back. Only love can do that, nothing else can. But when you are attached, your I is always in front. I love this thing. It is mine. I love my house. I love my car. I love my family. I love my children. I love God. All mental game. I is in front. True love is different from attachment. In attachment, the I does not go away and always two. I and you, I and this, I and that. In love, it's only you, only the beloved. That's a great experience. We all have it, but we wipe it away with our thinking and our mind. Instead of enjoying this experience, we lose it because most of the time we love people, attachments to the things and people, but the love is for people, like ourselves. It's the easiest thing to fall in love with a person like ourselves, not somebody that's different. Different people cannot be loved. Supposing I give you an example. Supposing there is a very highly developed soul, enlightened person, a guru, famous guru, who says he can fly in the sky and levitate. He has learned how to do that through meditation and sadhana. And while I am talking to you, such a guru flies in from that door and is flying overhead here. And we are all, you'll forget me and you look at that guru who's flying. It's a very interesting new experience. You will look at that guru. You will wonder what's happening. People like me will start thinking maybe there is some string attached. It's a trick. Some will say this is amazing. Some may even worship that guru. Nobody out of us will ever love that guru. The love will never come. Supposing he falls down here, so many of us will get up and run to help him. First time some love and compassion will come in our heart. We only love somebody like ourselves, not somebody lower or higher. We can be attached to dogs and cats and pets and horses. We can be attached to birds. We can be attached to houses, to things. We can be attached to persons. But love is only with those who are like us. This is wonderful experience, an experience of the soul, a spiritual experience. True love, where the mind is left behind, is really only with a person. We talk of Sant Satgurus, perfect living masters coming into our life. Why do they come? What is the need of having a guru or a Satguru when they are themselves saying the truth is lying inside you? They are saying, go inside and find your God, find your truth, find yourself. Why should we go to a person outside? Do we need an agent outside to find something inside our own self? What is the role of these gurus? Particularly, what is the role of a Param Sant Sadguru, perfect living master of the highest awareness? What is the role? The role of a perfect living master is to give us, mark you, I am telling you the most important thing. The role of a perfect living master is to give us the experience of true love. Not to teach us anything. Not to teach us meditation. He teaches meditation only for the sake of our mind. Becomes the teacher for our mind's sake, not for our soul's sake. Soul only wants love, nothing more. Soul wants nothing else but pure, 100% true love. What is 100% true love? And how is it different from the love we experience here? 100% true love has no condition, no judgment, no value good or bad. If good and bad comes in, it's not true love. If judgment comes in, somebody says, you be a good person, I will love you, that cannot be love. Judgment has come in, I has come in, ego has come in. But if somebody can love you without judging you at all, without seeing whether you are a good person or a bad person, such a person is giving true love. These perfect living masters come and give us example of true love. They have no judgment whatsoever. Their love is purely unconditional. If you find their love, you will see they will love you if you love them. They will love you if you don't love them. They will love you if you hate them. They will even love you if you kill them. That's the nature of an unconditional love. These perfect living masters come to give an example to us of that love. What happens to us? Our mind says, oh, what is going on? I don't know. I can't believe these things happening. But something is pulling me. What is pulling me? Where is it pulling me? Not in my mind. I don't even accept, I don't even believe these theories that these gurus are making. I don't believe there is any Sachkhand or any other place they're talking about. But something is still pulling me. I still want to go and see that person. Only our soul is being pulled, not our mind. Our mind can have doubts. Our mind can even have fear. Our mind certainly has many arguments against going towards such a person, but we still go. I have mentioned in a few places an experience that I had to see one of the professors, an intellectual professor from a university, come to great master. And he said, Master, I am a professor in the university. I've got a doctorate degree and I've studied psychology. I've studied how the mind works. And I can tell you, everything you talk is just made up. It's not real. There is no evidence. Nobody has seen Satsang. Nobody has seen higher stages which you talk of. That meditation takes you there. These are stories you gurus have made up. And you are trying to make a fool of all of us. Please, I request you, don't mislead the people. That is what Professor told Great Master. Great Master said, Professor Saab, you have a right to your opinion. That is your experience. My experience is different. I have different experience. We can disagree that our experiences are different. But does not mean just because you have a certain experience, nobody has. Therefore, I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate that you have expressed your opinion very honestly. But I am very happy. But our experiences are different. So we disagree. Professor went away. Next Sunday he was back to tell the master same thing. He said, Master, I've come again to tell you that what you are teaching to these people is not real. All real things have evidence which we can see, and what you are teaching is just some kind of made up story. Nobody has seen these things. There is no evidence. Why are you misleading people? He said, Professor Saab, I told you last time also when you came to me that our experiences are different. You have not seen anything beyond this physical world, and I may have seen something, therefore our experiences are different. We can agree to differ. No problem. Thank you very much for your honesty. Professor Saab went away. Third Sunday he was back again with the same idea. Master, please, don't mislead people. Tell them you don't know anything, like I know nothing. You also know nothing. Nobody knows anything. Why are you telling people about these stories? The great master said, Professor Saab, you came 2 weeks earlier also to tell me the same thing. You come third time also to tell the same thing. Professor said, I don't know. I don't agree with you, but I feel like coming and seeing you again and again. Why was that? Now I can also tell you he became one of the best disciples of great master. What was pulling that man? His mind was totally against the path. His mind did not believe anything. He argued, his mind argued. This is not real, it cannot be real. Yet the love of the master pulled him and he made good progress in his life. But since I'm talking of that professor, I want to tell you one more thing about that professor. He read in the books, you have to be very humble and be at the lowest of the low to get the maximum blessings of a master. After he became a good disciple of great master, he began to try to be humble. He would pray, Master, give me humility, give me poverty, give me disease, give me illness, but keep me near your feet. The man was a PhD and MA pass, and he got no job, remained poor till the end, was having so many sicknesses. When he was very old, I was still young, I was working for the government. He sent a message to me, come and see me, I am going to die. I went to see the professor before he died. And he said, I want to share something with you. If you find a perfect living master, never ask for poverty and illness. Ask for the best. Ask for the biggest riches of the world. This world riches and inner world riches. Why you ask for those things? Whatever you ask, he will give you. So I asked for poverty. I asked for disease. He gave me what I asked for. So it was my mistake. I did not realize that the humility I'm talking of was my mind's game. Because the mind knew being humble is great. So when a mind says, I am very humble, it's the greatest ego. If a man says, I am very great, you can tell him you are not. But if a man says, I am very humble, you can't say anything. It's a secret ego, much worse than the ego of a man who says, I am very great. Therefore, just a tip for you. You are lucky people. Many of you have got initiated by perfect living masters. So if you get a chance, ask for the best. Never ask for something low. Ask for the high. He is the highest. He can give you everything. Why do I call him the highest? Why do I call my master the greatest master? People, everybody else, all the masters call him great master. I call him the greatest master. Why? Because I discovered what a true perfect living master is. A true perfect living master is exactly like us. That is why we can feel his love and love him. If he were not like us, we couldn't love him. And because he is like us, we sometimes can't recognize him. Because he's just like us, ordinary person, born like us, lives like us, dies like us, falls sick like us, takes medicine like us, goes to hospital like us, has children like us, marries like us, and has problems like us, argues with his family like us, everything he does like us. Then what is the difference? What is the difference between a perfectly master human being like ourselves and that master? The difference is not in the life, not in the karma, not in the way the person is living. The difference is his awareness. What does he know at all times? We know only one reality at one time. We go to sleep, this reality is cut off. We don't know we are awake, we don't know we are lying on a bed, a dream state starts. The dream becomes real. Dream only remains real till we are sleeping and not aware of the body. The moment we wake up, even before we open our eyes, dream becomes unreal. Because we come to another reality. This is our reality. If we go to the higher plane in meditation and forget our body, withdraw our attention from our body and die while living like this, say, that becomes the only reality. This physical life will become like dream. If you go to still higher reality, all other realities disappear. That's the only reality. If we go even discover our soul, we'll find the soul alone was real. Everything was just created by it. Illusion, Maya, just created. But if you reach the very top, Satsang is not a way of a particular reality. Satsang is total. There is nothing outside of it, including where we are living now, including our dreams, including the astral plane, including the causal plane, including the spiritual regions. Everything is part of Satsang. That is our true home. True home is everything. It's not a higher state that we leave lower states and go to higher state. Higher states end below till Parbrahm is higher states. Satsang is not higher state, it's total. Everything is there, including what is happening here. Every drama of creation took place within that. When you reach that, or a perfect living master has reached that, he is at all the stages at the same time. He is not sitting here now remembering what you saw earlier. He is there when he talks to us here. That is why when these perfect living masters give us discourses, they talk with authority. They talk with certain knowledge. They don't talk by remembering something. They don't say, one day I meditated and saw something. Those we can say. But the perfect living masters speak directly from the awareness they're having of every level at the same time. We can also have that if we reach that same state. So that is why a perfect living master, an ordinary human body, living like us, the only difference is he's constantly connected with every level of awareness. Therefore, when he speaks directly from his awareness, not from memory, not from books, not from learning. That is why you will never find in the discourses of these perfect living masters any maybe, perhaps, no such words ever exist. Because they don't speculate on anything. They are telling what they're experiencing. Very big difference. Great master used to explain, in those days there was no television sets, there were radio sets had come up. So we could hear the news. He used to say, supposing you place 20 radio sets on a table and none of them has a battery or a connection to the power, and one of them is connected, they all look the same. They are all radio stations. They all have the same structure. They all have the same valves in them. They all have the same buttons in them. Everything is exactly the same. Only one of them is giving you news of the world, is connected to the power, to the source. He says that is the difference between a perfect living master and all of us.
All right, my holy family, it's time to drink the wine of secrets from the glass of Master. It's time for union, and it's time for ecstasy, and it's time for the beloved. So let's forget about the world outside and the body below, and come up here to the third eye center where Master is waiting for us. Have few nice words for Master of gratitude. Repeat the Simran of the holy name slowly with the tongue of thought at intervals, or listen to the holy Shabd. I wish you the best meditation. I hope to see you tomorrow for another holy day in Holy Father God. I'll keep Zoom on for 20 minutes so we can be together.